Welcome to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast. This is episode 63, and if this is your first time clicking on one of these episodes, then we appreciate you. Welcome, and make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and welcome to the crew, man. Glad to have you. And if this is your consecutive time, you know, whether it's your second, third, fourth, whatever, of watching these videos, then we greatly appreciate you. We wouldn't be doing this without y'all, so, you know, thank you very much. And my name is Marcus, aka Godly Sovereign, and we are here to talk about games. And I say we because I am not alone. Of course, I have to have the 1000 Game Slayer, Ray, aka Sir Knight.
Good.
What's good, my man?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. Bit extra busy this week, you know, because I got that new job.
Right.
And it's so much to learn, man. It's got my head spinning.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying the challenge, you know. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy being given a good challenge, you know, like seeing if I can, you know, master this. How fast can I master this, you know? So I've been enjoying it, but it's been leaving me very little time for gaming.
To play, yeah.
I did find some weeks to carve out for gaming this week, but I mean some hours.
Yeah.
But it's been tough, dude, for my game time. So I'm hoping that thing kind of like peter out, you know, as the year goes on. It's like really high
once
at
you
the
start
start.
getting used to
Once you start getting used to it, it peter down and it'll just kind of like average out.
Yeah,
and I'll get back to like normal life again.
Yeah.
But just been like busy. So the next couple of weeks are gonna be busy. But I think after like the next couple of weeks, I think I will definitely be like tapering down. I'll have much more time.
Yeah.
For like games and stuff. And I'm hoping I start tapering down because, you know, the wife's going to pop here in about a month, 5 weeks or so, you know.
Yeah,
so
time
it's
is
coming,
running
man.
out,
It's
man.
coming to 4 or 5 weeks and it's over.
Man.
So, but yeah, man, what about you, man? What you been doing?
My week has been pretty chill. I tried to do some work in the backyard, trying to finish that project up.
Looks good,
I
man.
can once
Looks good.
again do my damn.
I know y'all
room,
can't see
you
it,
know,
but I can see it. It looks good.
Yeah, it's a slow process. I might show it eventually, but I don't know. It's not really game related. But yeah, so I've been working on that. And I've been trying to find like bits and pieces of time throughout the week to try to play something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
Get on and do something. So, you know, it's just regular. So pretty chill. So before we start getting into the games we've played, I wanted to let you guys know about the Patreon link down below, where you guys can click that. And if you'd like to contribute, donate something, you know, we gladly appreciate it. You can get shirts there, as well as checking out the Patreon and stuff too. So anything that you guys donate, you know, would be appreciated and it would help, you know. But enough of that. So tell me what you've been playing this week.
Yeah, so you know, we all know Hades launched this week, but that's gonna be like I'm gonna be diving into that hard probably this weekend.
Yeah. How much of that did you play on the Switch?
Quite a bit of it.
Like you've gotten to the top?
I never beat it.
Okay.
So I never beat it.
All right.
But I believe I got to the 4th biome. That's as far as I got. And I think that's the last biome.
Okay.
I think the 4th biome is the last biome.
Okay.
So I got through the first 3 biomes. So, you know, it's going to be a little familiar for me.
But
You
I
know
mean,
what
it's
I
just
mean?
like
But
if you had died and then came back to start.
it's going to,
again,
yeah.
it's the
And
same
and
thing.
because, exactly.
But you gotta start
I'll just
all
be
over
weaker.
again, though.
So I won't have like all my powers, you know,
Yeah.
upgrades that I built up, you know.
Right.
Because I remember dumping a lot of time into Hades, man. Like, I love that game, like, beyond words. Like, that's why I'm always freaking talking about it. It's ridiculous. But, so I can't wait to get back into that this weekend.
Right.
But before Hades launched, I was playing some games, and there's one game that I got you for Christmas many years ago called Valfaris.
Yes.
And,
that shit was wrecking me. I could not hang with it. It was brutal. It was way brutal.
Was it?
Yeah.
And it was on sale for like $5 in the PSN. Like, PSN has a really good sale going on right now. If you all want to go check it out, go to the PSN store. A really good sale, I believe, for like only a few more days. Like, so get on this quickly. I think like the 18th is when like the last so the podcast should launch on the 16th. So you should have a couple days, you know, to hop on the PSN still, and get some of these deals. But like Valfaris is on the low. I want to say it was like $5. And so I was like, you know what? I got this for Stone a while ago. I always wanted to play it too. I guess I might as well just grab this because, you know, it's kind of like a lull right now in games.
Yeah.
And I hopped onto that. And as I was playing through it, I was totally seeing what you were saying. I was like, dude, this is kind of brutal. And then I started kind of understanding like the game design here. Okay. And it kind of like surprised me. Like when I first saw Valfaris and I got it for you, I was under the impression when I was watching like trailers and stuff on it That was like a Metroidvania game where you're like, you have like a map to explore, and like you're going back and forth and unlocking things. This is nothing like that. It's more like a boss rush mode, or like a challenge mode. Like between every single checkpoint, there's like a challenge in between it.
Yeah,
it's not like, you know, Castlevania or like Hollow Knight, where you're kind of like going back and forth and finding. You're not exactly like you're kind of like getting through one challenge to the next.
Yeah,
and then you hit a checkpoint, and it immediately throws you in like a new challenge.
Yeah, and you're stuck in there if you don't.
And you stuck in there until you beat it.
You're stuck in the shit.
Exactly.
Until you get out of it. So.
I mean, so I got like to like the third zone or whatever. I beat like the bee queen. I can't remember how far you got, but I
got to like the third or the fourth.
Yeah, and you kind of like I can't take it.
Like I'm just getting brutalized out here, man.
I was getting kind of addicted in the sense of like, okay, just one more, because I know if I get through this, I get a checkpoint. Okay, just one more. Kind of like that whole one more, or with Hades, one more run. You know, just one more run. Like you just want to get back in again.
Yeah.
And it's like this was feeling that way with like the checkpoints. So it was like a kind of unique way of like feeling like a roguelike for the one more run kind of feel, but it's not roguelike because you could just keep retrying.
Right.
But it was like one more, because every time you get to a checkpoint, you have it's like a cool new little challenge to do. Like every single thing is new and unique. You don't kind of like re-explore or redo like anything. And that's what I thought was actually pretty fascinating about it, and actually kind of made me, I had like a split-second moment throughout the week when like I had that little split-second feeling of like, damn, I want to go home and play Valfaris. Usually when I have a great game, like I'm always feeling that way, and I wasn't feeling that way. I had like a split-second moment where like it hit me, and then it kind of went away, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Like that left kind of an impression on me. And so like I was kind of enjoying it, and I couldn't wait to go home and like do that whole, you know, next challenge feeling.
Yeah.
So I was actually really enjoying it. It's a little bit wonky. The controls aren't as polished as I like, but they're not bad. And some of the stuff kind of wears on you. Like some of the weapons and abilities kind of wear on you.
You just end up having to adapt.
You kind of adapt, and they kind of wear and then become a little bit more, okay, I get this is kind of useful. This is fun. Oh, okay, that's kind of fun. Right, like I started getting more comfortable with the sword, and I was kind of playing Castlevania style, where I was just doing melee everything and not using my gun. And then sometimes I would switch to using the gun, and it was pretty cool. It had like a ratchet feel when you upgraded a weapon. It had like a whole new fire way. It changed the way the gun actually fired, so it wasn't just like stronger and better. It like changed the way it worked.
Yeah,
which that was really cool, and I was really enjoying that. So that made me want to stick to upgrading like one gun, you know, all the way.
Right.
So it has a lot of good pluses. I actually really like it. I'm looking forward to actually playing it some more. I can see myself, you know, pushing through and possibly trying to beat this one. Okay. So that was really great. And then I spent, like I mentioned earlier, I couldn't wait to play this one, was that Dodgeball Academia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I played Dodgeball. Yeah, I played Dodgeball Academia.
How's that?
For the other portion of my gaming hours this week. And that one's pretty fun too. Like, okay, so Valfaris, I'd say is like an 8. Okay. Like 7.8, maybe just a low, right below great. But it's still pretty good. Like Valfaris is pretty good, and I would say Dodgeball's about an 8 too. Like it's pretty good as well. Like neither one of these games are masterpieces. Neither one of these games are amazing, but they're pretty good games, and I really enjoyed my time with them.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to play both of them more. Like Dodgeball Academia, dude. It's basically a Pokemon copy, but with Dodgeball.
Like you're throwing the balls at people?
You're playing a dodgeball game. So it's like Pokemon meets like Mario Tennis.
Oh, so you're just going through the different gyms and just trying to beat people in the gyms?
Well, like, yeah, you have different zones to go through, but it's like down to where like there's people, dodgeball guys on the path, and like when you pass them, the whole fight starts and the song starts up. They even like almost kind of copy the song style.
Yeah.
And then you jump into the dodgeball arena and you're like throwing dodgeballs at each other.
So a dodgeball arena just appears out of nowhere?
Yeah, a dodgeball arena just appears out of nowhere.
You just got pocket arenas everywhere?
Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
You know, like you're in a duel now and like you got a whole space. And so like you hop into like this battle. And it's fun, you know, you can catch the dodgeballs, you know, throw them back at them, dodge them. Like, it's a lot of fun. There's gear to collect.
Is that multiplayer?
That I don't know. I don't know if that's multiplayer.
Okay.
But there's gear to collect. I don't think it is.
Right.
So you can collect like shoes and earrings and like equip them, and they make you stronger, give you more HP.
Okay.
So there's actually like a little RPG aspect to it.
Not bad.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
The story is definitely shallow, just like Pokemon.
Yeah.
You have a rival.
Simple as fuck.
You have a rival, dude, and he comes and challenges you occasionally.
And you whip his ass every time, and then you move on.
Absolutely,
yo,
dude.
all the Pokemon rivals is so ass.
It's got all the Pokemon
they
cliches
literally
in it, man.
pick the Pokemon that's weaker than your Pokemon. Like when you pick, they be like, "Ooh, I'll take
you're
the
the
weakest
perfect
one."
counter.
So,
Oh, you pick fire, I'll pick grass then.
yeah, so you can flame me up. Yeah, it's like, bitch, why don't you pick the water?
Yeah, you should
I
pick
picked
the water,
fire.
right?
Pick the
like
water.
we picked them together.
Yeah.
You saw the one I picked.
I don't think I've ever in my life had a challenge from an actual rival
Yeah,
in
I
a
know,
Pokemon
dude. You
game
just
ever.
beat them every time.
Yeah,
I know,
you would
man.
think that the AI would be a little bit more trickier or something. I don't know.
But anyways, like I was having fun. I like that formula. We all know that. I mean, most people like it. That's why they keep buying it. People keep buying it, which we'll talk about this later.
Right.
But I enjoy my time with it. Like I will say I like how there's that like equipment aspect of it.
Yeah.
That's not really in Pokemon, where it's kind of is you kind of make them hold a berry or hold something, but really it's not like that fleshed out. This is a little bit more RPG-ish, and it's cool because there's a shop too. So when you beat players, you earn money and you can buy gear. So that's fun too. Like go to the shop and like buy some new shoes or something.
Yeah.
And they're pretty cool like equipments, you know. Like you get like health after you know, a fight, or you get like health after killing something. That's like it's pretty cool. Like you want these pieces of gear.
Yeah.
So I'll give it that. The game
And
is
that's on Game Pass, right?
that's on Game Pass too. So I would recommend. I think if you like Pokemon, you would really enjoy this game. It's definitely a total time killer.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you be playing it like you play your Switch, you know, with your iPad.
Yep.
So it's a really good game for that. Game Pass is just, in my opinion, it's a lit this month. Like I really like it.
I'm installing it right now.
Yeah, install it, man. I think you guys will like it. Like I said, it's just like
It's
a Pokemon
only 1
clone.
gig, bruh. It's 1 gig.
It's kind of a, you know, cute little art style to it as well. Like it's very bright and vibrant. It just makes you happy, like Pokemon does.
It's 1 gig, man.
It's
Just
1
go ahead and
gig, man.
give them
It's 1 gig.
Give Humble Games a download, man.
Yeah, man.
Just
show
help 'em out.
the devs some love that you download and play their game. You know, to be honest, I think you'll enjoy it. Like it's like if you like Mario Tennis 2 back in the day on Game Boy Advanced, I loved that game.
Does this look retro though? Like, is it 16-bit or something?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not 16-bit. It's like cartoon. It's like cartoon. you know?
Yeah. I see what you.
Yeah, it's like more cartoon than like a pixel art game. It's not a pixel art game or like 16-bit.
All right, for sure.
It's not bad looking. It's fun, man. Like I enjoyed it.
It's couch co-op.
Oh, it's couch co-op.
Yeah, you could
That's
do
cool.
local multiplayer too, just up to 2.
That's cool.
So that's not bad. But it's only a single player game.
Single player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is kind of bunk. It should be like you should be able to like challenge somebody else in a dodgeball game. You know what I mean?
I think there should be like an online challenge mode.
Yeah.
They might add that later. They'd have to add that.
They might.
Because that was one of the fun things too about Mario Tennis, right? You would challenge a buddy and you battle someone in tennis. That was the funnest part.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
so basically that's what I've been playing. So I was happy with both the games I played this week. I had a good time with them. They're not masterpieces like Hades, but they're very, very fun games. So what about you, man? What you been doing?
Man, sometimes you shoot yourself in the foot. Every now and again, you like. So what I mean by that is, I recommended a game to my boy Brahms. Shout out to you, Brahms. I had recommended Let It Die
Right.
a while back,
Right.
and it's been
3 weeks
ages
running.
since I played that damn thing. And then I got back in it, and all I be thinking about is like, damn, I want to go back in it and play some
It's got
more.
that feeling.
It is actually still getting updated consistently.
Really? I know you're talking
Yeah,
about
they're
that.
constantly
There's
putting
some
stuff
dev
up
team in a attic
it.
somewhere still working on that thing.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
That's
they're still
crazy.
putting stuff on it, and there's a community. Apparently, only California and Tokyo are like the biggest areas. There are people that play in the other ones, but the largest majority of people is like California.
That's
with
really
like,
funny.
10K players or something more than that. Or
So there's
whatever,
a
and then
pretty
Tokyo,
decent sized
which is-
community then. Well, that's
yeah.
good
There's a
news.
decent group of people playing. And there's tons of like information on YouTube, so you can just search anything you have questions for. The wiki is loaded.
Yeah.
Like, you got all this stuff.
It's been out so many years now.
Yeah. So I was playing that a lot, like throughout the week, getting in a little time, like an hour or two or whatever after work or something like that in there. So I was playing that. And then I was also playing BDO, Black Desert Online. Shout out to the Lightly Working Boys. So I was doing that for like maybe like 1 or 2 days or something like that. Just popped in, played with my father-in-law on that. So that was cool. Just kind of like, I told you I had reached like 50, 56 or 55, levels. So I'm still trying to go through the story and do stuff. But there's like a whole bunch of things that that the players are telling me, the ones from my guild
know the
are
game.
telling me, like, oh, you gotta, you only get like access to like 3 or 4 pieces of 3 or 4 different types of armor. So you just upgrade that armor, then you go turn that armor in to get this armor, and then you upgrade that. It's like a whole like long ass grind shit. But that's like why you doing all the quests, because you're getting all of the materials to be able to upgrade all of that stuff or whatever. And this is a seasonal character. This is not the regular character. It's a seasonal character. So that's why like you get like so many more experience boosts. So that's why your level jumping is like so crazy.
You get high quickly because they want to get to the end game because the season will end soon, right? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I was playing that, and then of course I could not wait for Hades. Yeah. So like, you had told me about it. You was hyping me up about it a while back. Yeah. And when it, I found out that it was coming, I had pre-downloaded that bitch on my console like 3-4 weeks ago, something like that. So, yes, it was ready to play. I think on, I want to say Thursday night.
Yeah.
I think I was able to play it.
Yeah, it was.
So, Thursday night, I was playing BDO, and then it was probably like 9. Something like 10 or something like that.
A little notification.
And I was like 10. It was like 10 o'clock. So I was like, damn, I'm kind of tired. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get off because, what I was doing in BDO wasn't, I was just doing like basic quests or whatever. But sitting there looking at the screen, I was kind of tired. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop. And then in the back of my brain, I'm like, I want to play Hades. So I'm going to just, I'm just cut that out. I want to play Hades. So moved over, busted out the tablet. Like, if you play your Xbox on a tablet and just do remote, it's better than that xCloud shit. Like it works so nice. It's awesome. Just real nice. Yeah. And then I play on my PS4 controller.
Use your PS4 controller for that?
Yeah. I just connect my PS4 controller to the tablet.
Oh, that's dope.
And then I just play like that with my PS4 controller. I didn't
realize that.
Yeah, I can because I'm in the house. I can play with my Xbox controller if I'm close enough to my Xbox, and I can still be within range of the
I've always just preferred the parallel sticks versus the off parallel sticks.
Right.
For the PlayStation 4 versus Xbox,
I got you. Yeah. So but if I go to work and I want to take a break and just play a little bit, for like my little 10-15 minutes or whatever, I can bring this and I can just hook it up to my phone, and then I can still play remotely,
because you're playing console. Because you actually fire your Xbox.
Yeah, I'm turning my Xbox up, and then I'm just playing on this, so it works perfect.
That's the thing, man.
As long as you got like 3 solid bars or so, like it works good.
That's the thing we've always talked about, man. Is like you need to download the hard game to the system.
Right.
That's when
I just need
works.
to be able to have a good enough signal to link to that
system,
information.
but the system is running the game, so it's going to be smooth as butter.
Right.
Where before you're having the cloud system, it's just not there, man. It's so terrible.
Yeah.
But anyways,
so yeah, man, I was playing Hades, and so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and sit on the couch with my wife. She was doing something on there, looking at some stuff or whatever. So I grabbed my tablet, grabbed my PS4 controller, went and sat down on the couch, switched to Hades. And I was like, oh, I'll just like see what it's looking like. Man, I ended up playing that shit for like an hour and a half.
2.5 hours, right? Yeah, about like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing, bro.
My eyes red and hurting, but I'm still playing it.
One more run. Yep.
So then the next morning, the first thing I did, I grabbed my tablet and stuff and went out to the couch, started again, kept playing it. And man, I was just really enjoying it. Like, when Ray was saying that it was a damn good game, it was no lie. That's a fucking fun ass game.
Yeah, dude. It is, man.
It's like, it's interesting that there's like a whole grip of new conversations. You get them little potions that you can give to the people, and like, you get like a perk of some sort or whatever that you can attach on. The one that I've been rocking with is the sweet tooth or something like that. It's tooth something, but basically it gives you a second revive.
Oh yeah. I
So
remember
instead
that.
of paying the 500
Yeah.
for the second
I think
one
it's
on the
random
window,
what items you get when you give gifts to people.
is it?
I should look it up and see if there's
I
an
thought
item
maybe
list.
certain people gave you certain things.
Yeah, I should
or
look
whatever.
that up before I, really go at it.
Started again,
And
yeah.
like see who I should save my pomegranate drinks for.
Yeah,
know.
I gave a bunch to Sharon, the
yeah.
quiet dude who has the store. I give like four or five to him, thinking that I was gonna get some kind of I didn't get shit.
I remember going to Achilles. I like giving it because Achilles is a cool guy. I gave Achilles
was pretty chill.
I gave the dude with the
I just
boulder
gave
on
him
his
one.
leg or whatever that you come across in the world.
Yeah, where
I
he'll
gave
just
him
let
one.
you get 66.
I
in the
like
purple.
that dude,
Yeah,
man.
that's
He's
nice,
the
man.
dopest room.
That's my boy.
Yeah, he's the dopest
Yeah,
room. It's like,
when I find him, I'm like,
homie.
ooh shit, let me
Homie,
go
I'm
there.
clicking that route. I'm clicking that route every
yeah.
time, right?
I was like, I saw that and I was like, a wall with some gems on it? What the hell is that?
Yeah.
So I was like, well,
That's
I
what
don't
it
know
is,
what it
yeah.
is, so I'm gonna go see.
A 3-choice,
and I went
right?
in there and I'm like, boom,
Yeah.
oh, this is nice, dude. You could heal for free. You could get the little upgrade juice for free, or what the last one was. I
think it was
remember.
like go home or something. I'll get coins.
Get coins,
money.
yeah, get money or something like that. But yeah, he gives you quite a bit. Like
Yeah.
it's not no chump change.
It's like a lot, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a multiple rooms worth.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
it's just an
dang.
empty room with just him in it. So it's
no
a nice
fighting.
like break,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
for the rooms. But yeah, so I think I encountered the first boss like maybe 2 times. I had died the first time and then the second time. And I ended up beating her or whatever. And then I went to the next one where it was who was the next one?
I think
Was
it's
it the
the
snake?
snakehead.
Yeah, so I took the snakehead out on the first go. Yeah, on the first time or whatever, the snakehead took him out. Actually, it was probably the second time. And then I made it to Monados, the bull.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to
They
fight
were tough.
him.
If I remember right.
He was tough. The bull
Yeah.
by himself, though.
Right.
The bull by himself. And
You-
then
you get the
I
one
was
where it's
like,
both of
oh,
them.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it just stopped. The battle stopped. I was working his ass, but it was just taking a long time.
Right. It gets
And
tough
then the
when you're
battle
both of
stopped,
them.
and
It's
then he
like,
walked
snap.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went to the next one where it was him and the archer.
Mhm.
That one's rough, man. It's because that dude has a shield and he's constantly shooting at
Mm-hmm.
you while you're trying to avoid this rushing bull.
Right.
So that one's been tough. That's the furthest that I've gotten though.
Yeah.
And he said that he was like a stone's throw away from the light. So I feel like that was the third area.
I think the fourth is the last zone.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
feel like you're right about
You have
that
one more
last
zone after that, but I've never gotten to the very end.
Okay. Yeah, so
I think I fought Hades once, if I remember right. He kicked my ass.
So first time I had played, like, I've been playing all of the weapons or whatever, trying to unlock them all. The only one I haven't played yet is the very last gun or something like that. It looks like a dragon
It is a gun.
ride or
Yeah, it
cannon
is
or
a
something.
gun. It's like a gun.
Is it like a Gatling gun or something?
I'm trying to remember. I think it's like a rapid fire kind of gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably the one that'll
Yeah.
probably be my favorite then, end up being my favorite.
Yeah, the
depending
range
on-
weapons are cool, but like I just really like the spear a lot. I remember when I got the spear and I was able to get the what is it, the hammer upgrade.
The hammer upgrades are normally something
do they
that
call?
just
Like-
totally boosts your
like-
shit. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's different. It changes
So
the
it's
way
like
your gun.
Olympus or
It
something
changes
like
the
that.
way your weapon actually works.
Yeah.
So like you get the powers up that like add affixes and powers to your weapons.
Right.
And then the hammer is what you're really looking for because the hammer actually changes the way the weapon actually functions. And I always liked getting the spear and getting the hammer power up that made it go 3-prong. So like you're shooting 3 spears out at once
I
and you're
haven't
just
gotten that
like
one.
killing everything, dude.
See, I've been kind of avoiding the hammers most
Don't
of the time
avoid the
to
hammers.
look at the other stuff.
Don't
like,
avoid the hammers.
to
Like
get the little
get at
abilities
least
and stuff.
one hammer. At least one.
I got one.
Always grab at least one hammer.
Does the hammer like alter the last previous hammer?
No, you'll
it'll
change
override it?
Yes.
Okay.
So don't keep getting hammer rooms.
Yeah.
Get at least one hammer room.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have the one you want, then get another hammer room.
I got
But-
a nice one for the spear that allowed you to like it extended it. Like,
Yes, that
even
one's
more.
sick too, dude.
And I was like, damn, I'm hitting shit
You're
from
like-
like far away.
you're like
damn
way-
near across the room.
You're
I'm
like-
hitting stuff.
and you're
Yeah.
hitting them way harder than the bow hits.
Right. And I was like,
So-
okay, that one's actually not too bad.
No, but also try to get the one that makes it a 3 at once.
A 3-prong?
So sick. Like when you have like waves of guys.
Yeah.
Dude, what the sickest combo? I think it's probably one of the ones I got farthest on. Was when you have the spear and the 3-prong and deflection. So you can
Yeah,
deflect
you
things.
need deflection.
Dude, with the spear though, because you're pronging. Literally,
Nothing
like so.
can
For
hit you?
instance, on the first fight with the girl, it becomes even more of a joke because I have 3 prongs. So when she gets to like her 3rd phase and she's spitting the stuff out at you.
Are you talking about where the ground is erupting?
No, when she's like spitting shots out at you.
Okay,
she's like spinning and like she's like Gatling gunning
those
you.
little balls
It's
that
kind
are
of like a bullet hell for
Right.
a moment. When you have deflection and whatever, you're hitting them back at her, and it's because it's the 3-prong. Nothing even gets anywhere near you, and you're actually like killing her like immensely fast. So when she does, it's like, oh, this is over now. She just killed herself by doing this move.
Yeah.
But you have to like line up things. So like if you get lucky and you line up these things,
Yeah.
then you have like a dope run. You know, like all weapons are pretty cool. Like I used to like the sword when you got the smash down. So the triangle, the top hit.
Yeah, the Y or whatever.
Why? Yeah, that you smash it down. I got the hammer, and I got one hammer that let me hit 2 times when you smash down.
Oh, okay.
So it would go boom, boom, and so and that's a heavy hit, and it radiates out far.
Yeah.
So you can like almost range attack with that hit, and like I was telling you in the text messaging, what I would do is I would get like an ability that I really liked. And I would stick to just using that because it was so much stronger than everything else.
Either special or your attack.
Right, either one, and just stick to it and juice it up as much as I can. So whenever I came across a power, like a little fruit,
Yeah.
I juice up that one ability as much as I can. And
Sometimes
that's the best
I
way.
go and then I end up getting like juice ups for like casting and stuff like that, like all
I hate
casting.
that,
and I'd be
man.
like,
It's just-
damn, dude,
it's just
I'm not even
unlucky.
using the cast.
I never use
I don't even
that.
really like the cast,
Dude, I mean, actually, this another
it's
thing
kind
I
of
never.
an inconvenience.
Another thing I know because you
You
have
have
to
to
like go
launch a
collect it, and
crystal
it doesn't
and then
hit
go
hard
and
enough.
get it.
It never hit hard enough to make
And
me
then
like want
when
to
you
use
go
it.
when you go into the mirror to look at your reflection and boost your stuff up, like there's once you spend like the first like I think 5 or 10 keys or whatever, like once you do the 5 and then you do the 10,
Right.
the one of them is like you have to spend coins or spend your juice up points, but you have to get like it can give you like an extra cast, and then if they're holding onto the cast diamond or whatever, that jewel,
damages
they
them or
get
something?
more. Yeah, they get an increase in damage, but like I didn't see any like increase in it. Like
I'll
it
tell you,
didn't
when
seem
I
like
when
it
I
was
put
very
quite a few hours into it,
beneficial.
I never like used the cast. It was
Yeah.
always, the
I would
two
much
main
rather
attacks.
use my ranged weapon.
Yeah,
like,
your range attacks.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, like, for me, in my experience, because I've played with like every weapon,
right.
because I always grab whatever one's juiced up, even if it's not my favorite. I always grab it, and there's always like some
That
combination.
20%, I don't really be seeing it like that though.
20%. So it's like if you get like 100 purple, that's 20 more crystals, right? So like it adds up. I don't want to throw those away. So I'm always I'm always inclined to grab it, even though like it's not like an enormous amount. I would feel like annoyed that I didn't grab it because I just threw away like 20, 30. Depends on how many I get that run. You know
Right.
what I mean? Crystals. So it just adds up over time. And so I always do it. And you eventually find a combination of like weapons that just work really well. Even if it's like not one of your favorite weapons, right? I guess you find a combination that really works and you can kind of go on a far run with it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's cool about it. Like there isn't any weapon that like I hated to use. Like they're all fun to some degree,
Yeah.
and they got even more fun if I happen to find like cool combos for them. You know?
Yeah, like the bow for me, the rapid fire where all I had to do was hold down and then I would
Yes,
shoot,
I
made
remember
the bow
that.
like
Yeah.
really OP'd.
Yeah.
And the bow went far. It didn't just like
But you
fizzle out
right,
after
and
a
you
certain
but you have to
distance.
find that power up because
Right.
I remember finding what I used to like with the bow was you have first of all the normal attack I hated because you had
Yeah.
to hold and charge it. So
But
it's
the
very
special is
particular.
nice 'cause you just
The special's like
spray.
AoE, so you're
Yeah.
just like killing everything, but it hits so weakly.
Mm-hmm.
But what I always enjoyed with the bow was if I found a Zeus room and add electricity to the spray.
Yeah.
And then that's really doing damage because they're getting jolted. So everything that gets hits gets jolted.
But don't you have to get an upgrade for them to get jolted? Or was that giving you the
No,
upgrade
so it'd be
for
like what jolted is separate. It would be like a you have to find another upgrade to get it
Right.
jolted.
It would
but
just give you a little extra lightning damage.
Oh,
or
I think it
something
was like
that.
chain lightning. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like you hit things and you chain lightning on things.
Right.
And then like that's like tripling your damage.
Right.
So it's like just that one power upgrade, but you have to find Zeus, and it's like you may not find that, so you're kind of stuck with like So for me, the bow is always hit and miss. If you found the rapid fire, it's fun. If you found Zeus, it's fun.
I only found the rapid fire once.
Zeus is always, if I remember, my favorite, man. I just love Zeus because the lightning, which is always so OP to me.
The lightning is nice. I like the lightning dash.
It does a lot of extra.
Lightning dash
when you're hitting things, just dashing.
Yeah, when you dash,
I know you could almost kill.
Second dash,
you could almost kill something just dashing around, dude.
Yeah, but you could get like a second dash.
And if you have a jolt,
and then it's like,
and if you happen to find a jolt on that run too,
yeah.
Just your dash is OP now.
Right.
Because you're jolting them.
Yeah, that's like one of the best things about like upgrading your dash if you can, because like I found one where you could dash and then it would leave behind like a spinning blade or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So like
that was
those
an Ares
creatures,
ability, I think.
Yeah, so those creatures that jump where you're at to jump on you,
you dash away and you get them a hit. Yeah, it's always fun.
Like,
yeah,
it's
cool.
Blades or
that's
something,
cool,
you know?
man. Yeah.
So that was like sometimes that was like the only thing that I was able to do for damage. Like, you know, when you're fighting the one winged chick, Megra or whatever, like you got to keep dashing and running away from her while she's like trying to, you know, come at you. So it's like sometimes, you know, while the floor is erupting and you're trying to run from her, you're just leaving paths of the spinning blades so she can run into them. You know what I mean? Because you're just trying to get away.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you know, once you finally get a break, then you can.
Another cool thing to remember too, like with the bow and arrow on the whole wave shot.
Yeah.
If you get close enough to somebody, it's like a shotgun. Like every arrow will hit.
Everyone will hit.
Right. Just a little pro tip.
Gotcha.
Like, so on like a slow enemy, don't run away or like run up on them.
Yeah.
And put every arrow into them. Like get really close, like shotgun, like point blank.
Yeah.
And you'll hit like every arrow into them, and that will like kill them really fast. So that's like a little pro tip.
I thought that the shield was also nice too. It seems to hit really hard when you're attacking, but when you're doing the special, it's just like you can find so many juice ups for the special. It makes it pretty
another
nice.
one with
like
that is Zeus. If
like
you can
that.
find Zeus and you can like chain lightning with that shield, because everything it hits it chain lightnings.
Right.
Like that's when it's cool. Like I just said, Zeus was just tons of fun for me. I really enjoyed the Zeus power ups. Those are the best rooms.
For sure.
But,
so yeah, I think the only one that I haven't unlocked the last one is the gun, but I haven't played with the gauntlets yet. Because you got to go actually, so close.
The gauntlets weren't that fun for me. I
yeah,
do remember
I feel like
it
would be a little bit more daunting because you got to run up in there.
I enjoy the spear. I enjoy the sword. I enjoy the shield. I enjoyed the bow. I kind of enjoyed the gun too. But I remember the gauntlets being one that, you're right, I didn't really like that one too much.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I had liked the little power up addition on the bow. But I felt like the shield was a really good one because it kind of gave you like, you know, a good alternative to those two. The spear, after you said, you know, you really like the spear, whatever.
It's neat, man. It's
Once
fun.
I started seeing like what it could
like,
do,
wow,
I was like,
crazy,
okay, this is a lot better.
Yeah.
Because you can just, you know, getting that power up for the length. I was hitting stuff damn near across the screen.
I know, it's nuts.
And I was putting in work. Like, even if I couldn't see shit, I just knew I was hitting it because I could see life going down.
That's the funnest thing, too, is like
okay,
kiting things around like a pillar, and you can like go through it still with the spear.
Yeah, you're touching
like, this is
it,
OP, you know?
Yeah, so...
also look for that 3-prong. It's really fun.
Yeah, I got to check that one out and see. So, yeah, that one... so, I was playing that one and just having a fun time with it, you know?
Yeah,
just,
man, it's so good.
I was probably playing Hades like all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, when I got a chance, you know? I think I had stopped to watch like Suicide Squad, and that was about it to finish that up. But yeah, man, so that's all I was playing.
Hades is so good, bro. Everyone, if you have Game Pass, what you doing, man?
Yeah, you gotta play Hades.
What
man.
you doing?
If you got Game Pass, go ahead, give Humble Games a download with the Dodgeball Academia. I downloaded that, so I'm gonna check that one out this weekend.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like Hades is real fun, but it's also something that I feel like I can put down for a bit.
Absolutely.
And do something else, you know, like play a different game and come back, and I ain't lost nothing. Just
they have a save function, luckily.
Yeah.
Shout out to Returnal, right? I know this is why I always compare everything to Hades. Unfortunately, like whenever I play a roguelike, my mind always jumps to like, okay, how does this compare to Hades? And when you played Hades and you really experienced it, you see why some of these other roguelikes annoy you or like annoy me. Like, while I was a little bit more annoyed, like with things like Returnal, than maybe someone might have not been, because I wish it was a little bit better, because Hades was so freaking good. Anyways, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But So enough of the games that we've played this week. Let's go ahead and hit you with the quick shots. So we've been doing the quick shots and we've been having these topics, but we realized that the quick shots ain't really quick shots. So we're gonna change it up a little bit. So Ray, how about you give us the quick shots, man?
All right, so let me hit y'all with the quick shots. The first bit of quick shot news is Sony released their best-selling digital sales this week for the PS5 and PS4. I'm going to give you the top 6 digital sales this week.
Nice.
For the PS5, the top 6 sales for July was FIFA 21, Miles Morales, NBA 2K21 Next Generation, Ratchet and Clank is number 4.
Okay.
Black Ops Cold War number 5, and squeaking in there for July number 6 was Tribes of Midgard.
Oh, okay.
Barely they're
They
selling
were
some
advertising
copies.
the hell out of that.
Yeah, and they launched in July, right? So it's
Yeah.
like they better have something. I would surprised they're not higher.
Right.
It's hard to compete with those sports games, man.
Yeah.
For PS4, the top 6 were, this shocked me. GTA 5. GTA 5 is still the number 1 selling digital game on PlayStation, PS4. NBA 2K21, Black Ops Cold War, Minecraft, Red Dead 2.
Minecraft, bro.
Minecraft's 4, dude. Steal with Minecraft. And then The Crew 2.
Really?
The Crew 2 was
People
number
be playing
6.
The Crew?
Dude, that's what I put in my notes here. I was like, I didn't know anyone even played The Crew. So I'm like,
damn.
Dude, I see The Crew 2
I gotta
on
check and see
sale
if
all
they
the
have
time.
like any kind of like add-ons. I thought we got The Crew 2 for like free or some shit. At some point.
I don't know if it was free, but I've seen it for like on the low, like a few dollars.
Wow.
On the PSN store. So
Damn.
I'm gonna look into that. I didn't know that was that popular, so that's pretty cool. But I'm still just blown away by GTA and Red Dead. Like Rockstar is just killing it. We'll get into this later. The next piece of news is that Stardew Valley is going to be coming to Game Pass this fall.
Okay.
So Stardew Valley is definitely one of my favorite games. I know it's one of your favorite games too.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome game. You would think it wouldn't be that fun to be doing some farming and shit, but they have like
really
a lot
good.
of stuff going on with that.
I love it. I spent so many hours in Stardew Valley. I can jump into that game at any time. It's kind of like what Marcus was saying earlier with like, hey, you can kind of put it down and come back, and it just becomes like a lifelong game. You know, like, so Stardew Valley is really cool. That's coming out on Game Pass this fall, so check that out. The next bit of news here is Deathloop has gone gold. So this means that we have a full script, a full game. It doesn't mean it's devoid of bugs, but it does mean that we have a full game coming.
It's going to come out.
And this is really good news for PlayStation because we don't have a lot of games coming out on PlayStation this holiday season, you know? So Deathloop is probably going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting this holiday season. The main one you can buy on PS5, PS4, and PS5 only.
Yeah.
So look out for Deathloop.
Probably one of the last Bethesda games you'll find on the PS.
Probably
PS5.
one of the last Bethesda games you'll ever find on the PlayStation. And with everything being delayed to 2022, I think Deathloop's prone to have a really successful year. So that's gold. So yes, we're gonna have a game. We're gonna have a game on our PlayStation. Next piece of quick shot news here is the Steam sales for Halloween, autumn, and winter have leaked, supposedly.
Okay.
And if you're anything like me, I reserved my Steam Deck. I know you're planning on getting one probably sometime next year. Everyone's looking at Steam Deck. Now is the time to build your Steam Deck library up.
Yeah.
And the Steam Deck sales are dope. Like, they're one of the things I look forward to like all year long is like I look it up online. Like people have like a potential Steam sale start date because they never announce them until like right when it's happening.
Right.
So people like kind of like do the math and like line up when was the one
okay.
last
They kinda
year,
project when it's gonna
and they have
happen.
like a countdown for projections.
Yeah.
So I always like look that up to see because I'm always like chomping at the nail for a new Steam sale because they just have like really good sales and like
And they actually
literally
give you
everything
sales.
is on sale.
Yeah, they actually give you like good ass deals.
It's good deals too, like
Yeah.
75%, 80% off. And it's like literally every game in the whole entire thing is on sale. So it's like if there's something on your wish list you've been waiting for, like a Steam sale is when to get it. And so those dates are this, jot them down. For Halloween, you're looking at October 28th to November 1st. So a very small window for Halloween.
Yeah.
That's like one weekend.
Yeah,
For
that's really
autumn, you have like 1 week, November 24th to November 30th.
So
like
you don't know what's going to be on sale, but you know about
you
the
don't know
times.
what's going to be on sale, but these are the days. So literally during Thanksgiving week, take a look at Steam. And then for the winter sale, it's from December 22nd to January 5th. So a pretty long window there, a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's a good time.
That's going to be a good one. The winter cell's a good one because the holiday season.
Yeah, that might be like a good gift for the homie or something like that. You know, who's into
you
games.
want to send a gift to somebody.
Yeah, just give them a gift card and then let them go wild on the sale. You know, that'd be the best time.
It is a great time to do that. So like the Steam sale, keep an eye out. Really good, especially if you're getting a Steam Deck. You need to build that collection, y'all. Yeah. The next piece of news is Elder Scrolls Online is going to be giving some graphical enhancements to the console.
Are we talking about Xbox Series X?
Series X and PS5.
Enhancements?
They've already had a graphical upgrade, but they're going to be doing trying to get closer to 60 FPS steady.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
And also I think they've upped it to 4K. So if you're looking for an MMO to play, and now's the time to jump into Elder Scrolls, they're doing more graphical improvements for that game. And then we have one more quick shot here. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. You can preload it now. So you could preload the Ghost of Tsushima's Director's Cut right now, a week before the game even launches.
So if you've already pre-ordered it, you can start to download
Yeah, you can download it now, and it's going to be a big game, so I recommend like getting that pre-download now. And with most of these games, you can play them the night before at 9 p.m. So this is a little,
That's if you're buying that shit digitally, though.
Yeah, as if you're buying it digitally. I wouldn't buy it digitally. But if the game is like...
But I guess if
I
you're
only
doing
do
like
if it's
the
like
DLC
an indie
or the expansion.
If you're doing the DLC expansion, then get it now because you can pre-download it now, so you can play that 9 p.m. on the 19th. Like this comes out next week, so keep an eye out for Ghost of Tsushima. And that is all for your quick shots this week.
Okay, all right, sounds good. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the main topics then. So the first one we got is a little bit of Pokemon news. Normally, Mark would be here to give us some good Pokemon news because he's always on top of that. But
Pokemon.
I happen to spot this, so it looks like we could be in for some good, decent news. It looks like there's an announcement that Pokemon's Twitter gave, stating that they would have like a presentation or whatever, a Pokemon Presents on the 18th of August. Hella early in the morning, at least in for our time, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard. But they would basically be showcasing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Pokemon Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus or whatever, however you say it. But I was definitely excited to hear about Arceus getting shown because we had just gotten a little glimpse of it.
We got nothing at E3.
But I want to see, hopefully we can see some gameplay in this, you know what I mean? Get some more info about this.
Absolutely.
I could really give a shit about the Brilliant and the Brilliant Diamond and the Shining Pearl because those are just remakes. So it's like,
yeah,
again,
I don't think I played those.
Yeah.
So I might be interested in playing them.
Mm-hmm. Or was it Pearl? I can't
remember which one.
I think it was Diamond.
I don't remember if I played that one.
Yeah.
But this is next week on the 18th, so this will be Wednesday next week, 6 a.m.
You mean this week?
18th.
Or is it next week?
Or yeah, I guess for the lineup at the podcast, it'd be this week.
Yeah.
When we shoot the podcast, it's like next week.
Yeah.
But when the podcast launch, it's going to be the week of the podcast launching, that Wednesday. So it's early in the morning too, 6 a.m. for those of us in Pacific, 9 a.m. for Eastern.
Right.
And I cannot be more excited, man, for Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm like really pumped for this. So like I'm gonna be watching this, hopefully right when it launches. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to announce for Arceus. I
hope they don't let us down, man. I hope that they show us some good shit, like a good amount of shit, and I hope that they telling us it's gonna come out. You think it could come out this year?
I don't think so, man.
Nah, like next year.
I think it's next year.
Like second quarter or something? Maybe? Or longer?
Maybe. The thing is, the cool thing with Pokemon is I think they've launched them like on obscure dates. Not like holiday season. Like everyone waits for holiday season, man.
Right.
But with Pokemon, they can launch it at any time. It's going to be the top seller of the year, So
and I mean, it mostly be the same shit, so they just be pumping them out. So like it might not actually take that long to make this.
This one seems different though.
Longer. It better be.
This one seems different, bro.
It better be.
It's gonna hit different.
Shit, man.
Because dude, like you can go out there and actually in the wild just throw a Pokeball.
It better not be the wild of the freaking last game, Sword and Shield. If it's the wild of them shits, I'm fucking done.
I hope not either, man. That was was a little disappointment. A little bit of disappointment. But
it's like it's cool, but you didn't really give me a whole lot in there. Like Make that shit a fucking game. You still got me going to damn gyms and shit. Gyms are so overrated, bro.
Not for the
I'm
world,
so
man.
done,
Everyone wants gym still. Like
gym should be like the secondary option. That should not be the storyline to do gyms. The gym should be like, oh, if you'd like to visit this gym, get yourself a badge. That should not.
So
be
like,
the
let me
storyline.
ask you, like, the problem I think with that idea is like, this is the world that Pokemon is. It would be like saying, you know what? I'm done with Harry Potter going to wizardry school. He's always going to school. Every time it's school, school, school. Well, that's what Harry Potter is, man.
They changed it though. That's why they gave you fantastic magical.
But that's not Harry
beasts.
Potter though.
It's in the same world.
It's in the universe, but you have to change the name then to something else.
Not really.
Yeah, because it's no longer Harry Potter. It's
Yeah,
Fantastical
but
Beasts.
This is Pokemon. That's all it is. It's just Pokemon is the animals.
I know, but what I'm
So,
saying is
like, you could
Pokemon,
change that
you
shit.
could change it to something else. But I'm just saying, like, you'd have to change it. You'd have to change it to be like a different thing. Like, people expect a certain thing from Pokemon, right? And that's all I'm saying. Like, that's why I think it's hard, because that's the world they made. The world they made is like an imaginary world where Pokemon exist and people train them and go to gym battles and fight. Like, that's the world
They
that
ain't
they
got
made.
shit else to do but go.
What
to gym
else
battles
would
and
they
fight.
do? They'd have to like change the world. So in that world, you wouldn't have gym battles. You'd have to have something else, or I don't know. Maybe you'd have tournaments. Like, what could you do? Like tournaments? I don't really know what the world could be. But what else would you do with Pokemon other than battle them? You know,
Living your life, man. Just utilizing the Pokemon for like on some Flintstones
to clean
type
like
shit.
your backyard.
Like, oh damn, I need to cook this steak. Get out Charizard. Put your tail up here. Let me roast the steak over your
That's
tail
funny,
real
bro.
quick. Here, you
That's
get a
funny.
slice for your work. Whatever, you know.
You
what I
get
mean?
a slice.
Like it's so much stuff you could do with just having
funny,
these
man.
animals in there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They can just be incorporated. You could just be
Yeah.
like, you could be a poacher in the jungle and you just using Pokemon to poach other crazy ass Pokemon that's like
Yeah.
giving you shit.
I'm just
You
saying
could
that's
just
like a
hunt
different
for-
world.
You
But
could
yeah.
hunt for the mythical stuff. Like they always put these mythical
They do-
legendary beasts in there, but it was always like, that's a side thing. If you want to catch that, you can. Or it's like you're gonna catch it at the very end because you beat all of these training things to get to this point.
I just think you have to have battles in it. Like,
You gonna battle?
they do other things. Like, so for instance, they did
battle in the
Pokemon
wild.
Snap, and so you have to like preface it. I think if you're talking about just Pokemon a game, like Pokemon Pearl
Well, they're gonna
or
have
Blue,
some type of a name.
then
to
that's
them.
gonna be like a trainer variant game. I think always.
But you could. I mean, what's stopping them from like remaking the whole thing? Just Pokemon, and then they just revamp the whole way of how it's done. It's been done plenty of times before.
I guess, but I'm just saying it sells really well the way it is. So I don't see why they'd have any incentive of doing that, because it sells. They're gonna resell Diamond and Pearl like crazy. Resell them.
Yes,
The exact same game people have already played through from start to finish.
Still looking.
People are going to replay it again. They're going to all go out and buy it. Dude, people are going out and rebuying their Switches. I told you about that one dude, right? That has like every single special edition Switch. When it comes out, he just buys it. He don't even open it.
Yeah, those are collectors though.
Dude, but
Those people are rare.
But a lot of the fans are like this, man. A lot of Nintendo fans are like rabid for it, and they just buy it up.
If you really like something like that, you know what I mean? You try to get, all of the shit that's related to it. But it's just like,
Dude, people are that's gonna sell out.
man. I
Shining
don't
Pearl?
understand how we keep freaking rewarding like laziness.
We
Like
do.
you didn't add anything extra to it. Stop giving these people this remastered and remade money. Like,
I agree.
bruh, I mean,
Dude, not just that.
Obviously, I can't fully talk about it like that because I've purchased remastered games or remade games, but like, I'm not buying them bitches when they first come out. I'm not paying full price for them. Like,
Well, and also too, like all these things, like with Call of Duty, right? Any of these games, we constantly rebuy them, or even sequels and movies, we constantly go see them. And so, and I think a lot of people out there are like us when they're like, "Gosh, I wish something new would come out." But then at the same time, we all contribute to the cancer that is remasters and remakes because we all buy into it.
so I'll give you a good example of a company that knows how to do a remastered or a remake really fucking well, and that's From Software.
I mean, Blue Point.
No, From Software.
Okay.
So the reason why I say From Software is because when they gave us Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, they gave us a remastered version of Dark Souls 2, I believe. I think and 3.
All of them have a remaster.
But what they do is they include all of that DLC. So like if you just purchased the first game, you didn't buy anything extra and you moved on to something else, you have the opportunity to like, here's the game again, but here's all of that extra shit that you never got. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind that. Like, just throw in something like create some new DLC or something like that, or create like a new island or something.
So
like that
when they eventually launch, 3 or 4 years from now,
remake Sword and Shield,
I was just gonna, when they eventually
and
remake, include those islands in there.
That would be okay.
That would
for
be worth buying
for some people.
Rebuy. That would be worth buying it.
Right. I shout out to the Jack Den podcast. Was
Got
able
it for
to
free.
get
I know. I'm
get the
saying,
DLC
but
for
like
free, so I wouldn't
normally
need to
there'd
do
be
it.
something new there for you.
Right. There would be, but that would be the first time that there would be something new for you, because I don't know.
I
if
think a
any
lot
of
of
the
these
other ones have
remasters
had
do
DLCs.
that though. I think a lot of the remasters do. The remakes don't.
I think
you're
if they
right.
have DLC, it does. But there's so many of these old ass ones that just didn't play part in the DLC game.
Well, like,
you know?
so for instance, I doubt, was there even any DLC for Dead Space? The
No,
original?
not that I know.
There was no DLC.
It was just the game. So
Okay.
that's what you got. That's what you
Yeah.
got.
Usually when they do like these remakes, where like they kind of reboot it, I should say reboot.
Yeah.
They don't
a
really
reboot
throw.
is different.
They don't really throw any of the DLC in. But usually if it's a remaster, they do throw all the DLC in.
Yeah.
Like the remaster on Last of Us, the remaster on these games, they throw like the DLC in there, I believe.
Did The Last of Us have DLC?
One.
But they
I
didn't
never
give us
actually
that.
even played it.
You talking about the 2 female ones?
Yeah, I never actually even
They
played
didn't
that
give
DLC.
us that though.
Well,
When they remade that shit.
I don't know. I never bought the remaster.
Yeah, I don't
edition.
think that was in there though.
Yeah, I don't know what came in that or not. But I'm thinking like a lot of the places normally throw in like when they launch a remaster,
Yeah.
they throw in like all the goodies as well. But yeah, if you haven't played the DLC, then that's an incentive to rebuy it. But these people are rebuying these Pokemon games with nothing else, just the standard game again.
Just
they might throw
updated
like a few
graphics.
Pokemon new in there or something, and like that's enough, dude. People will rebuy the whole game again.
I don't even think they'd be throwing new ones in.
It's crazy, dude. They do like the littlest things, and people just rebuy the whole thing.
Man, dude, I'm
It's
so
nuts.
sick of it.
It's
like,
nuts. But that's why
I understand for like nostalgia reasons you really enjoyed that series or something like that, but come on, man.
I'm hoping like
You're not giving
Pokemon.
us nothing new. You took your whole motherfucking section of people that you paying top dollar to just remake that bitch. That's
Dude,
like a side project.
People
man.
have to
That's a
stop
hobby.
buying it.
They literally got like 20 dudes in there that they just say as a hobby, man, remake this diamond.
I know
real
they have
quick.
like the
And then
easiest
we'll
jobs
just
in the
add
world.
a new, ooh, it's brilliant diamond. And
They're
they
like
not
the
adding
brilliant
shit extra
diamond,
to this,
dude.
man.
Oh,
Don't give me no bike either and tell me it's all new, because I could run around on a bike.
that's all they do, man.
Come on, man.
Arceus though, like I'm hoping, like it might be cool. Maybe there's like dungeon crawling, right? Where like you're battling in a dungeon. Maybe there's like more RPG elements. That's what I'm hoping.
I actually think that anything from the standard basic Pokemon series, like the regular ones that they be doing, would be interesting. I mean, obviously I wouldn't want to snap. I mean, I don't mind taking pictures and stuff, but I want to battle some things.
Yeah, you gotta have battles.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let me roam around and experience some other stuff. Let me come across people that might need help, and then I help them go do something or whatever.
I think
Give
it'd
me
be
like
cool.
some real like RPG type
Do you
quest
remember
type shit.
This is what I've always wished from Pokemon, even the standard Pokemon games, the ones with trainer battles.
That they would change their format?
Yes, this is what I like. Like I think you played Tales of Symphonia, right?
Of course.
That's like my favorite Tales of all the Tales. Tales of
Yeah.
Symphonia is like a masterpiece. To
That
me.
came out on GameCube, didn't it?
GameCube. I love that game. But you remember, like you saw the creature and you encountered it, and then it went to a cutscene, and you were like in a little circular arena,
Yeah,
and you
kind
had
of like
free
in a
roam.
dome area.
Yeah,
or
and you
whatever,
had
but
like
you
free
going.
roam, and you were pressing the buttons, and it was live action.
Yeah, and you be
I've
doing all your
always
flips and
wanted
stuff.
that from a Pokemon game. Like,
So you want to play as the Pokemon?
I
while
want to
they're
run
in the
around
battle?
as a Pokemon and like press,
Didn't they have
you know,
like a battle
A, B,
arena or
Y,
something
and like
that?
those are like lightning shocks or like dodge, or like They
have that as a battle
They had
arena
like
on the Cube,
a Pokken game, but that was like a fighter. That was the closest thing they ever did to this.
Okay.
Like a fighter. They did do a fighter. But I'm talking about I want to roam in the world and like I encounter a Pokemon. I throw my Pokemon out there and I'm controlling them and I'm like dodging and I'm like doing lightning bolts and I'm doing tail whips, you know?
Right.
And I'm like battling live action. It's like, oh, this is sick. And then do like a
Instead
really
of
cool
turn-based.
instead of turn-based, but also like the powers look really cool. In Tales of Symphonia, when you did like an ability or a power, like it was
Shit
dope
was sick.
looking.
Yeah.
Like that's what I kind of want to see with this, like really cool looking abilities. Because you know, like on the Pokemon Pearls and all these, you have the guys and it's just like a little rock falls,
Yeah.
or like a little fire stream. It's like very basic.
Yeah.
I want to see like I would love to see like really dope looking effects and your abilities looking really dope, and like it be a little bit more live action oriented, live, not turn based. But you could put us into an arena. That's what I think would be cool because Pokemon is like a little arena battle.
Yeah.
You know,
What I would like,
I would love that.
I think what would really be cool is if you did like if all of the Pokemon had an AI, so like you would just literally like go into battle and then you just kind of like make like suggestion calls or whatever. And
Kind of like
depending
Nino
on,
Kuni, the original.
Yeah,
The little guys were running around and they were doing things.
Right, but like, you can just like, use flamethrower or something like that. And depending on like how good your relationship is with your Pokemon, he'll either listen to you or he'll be like, fuck that, I'm gonna do my own thing.
It'd be cool too, like maybe like they are innately autopiloted to dodge. So you don't have to worry about dodging. And then you could just like press a button and flamethrower and like he'll dodge and then shoot a flamethrower. That might be cool. Yeah, that might be cool.
But it would be cool if they were kind of like their own entity almost. You know what I mean? And they did what they felt, and you could make suggestions in the battle, but ultimately the Pokemon is in control.
Yeah, that's neat.
And it's gonna do it. It would be different, because like not everything would be
I think that's a cool idea.
Processed out. You know what I mean? You got
really
different
cool
outcomes like every time. Or whatever. That'd be,
I would like what I hoped, and I would even like that. Just like them changing.
But controlling it would be sick too.
Yeah, controlling would be dope
and
too.
being able to like
tackle,
do all
or
of those
something
moves
like
and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, be able to put like a nice ass combo together.
That'd
Claw
be dope.
and fucking flame.
Claw and then flow in his face.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get the damage numbers.
Right.
Like, that'd be super fun.
Yeah.
But I think what you're saying is cool too. And I think that fits into the trend of the trend of Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like,
you just training them and you trying to give him stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, he's on your good side now, you know what I mean? He gonna take all your advice. He's still battling, you know what I mean? So he's gonna do what he's capable of doing, but and
it's like a dice roll. There was like an internal dice roll system where like when the other Pokemon attacks, your guy might dodge or not.
Yeah.
So he'll actually take damage.
Yeah.
Right? Like that.
He might be really keen on high insight and know that that's coming. And
or you might like increase his agility
hit
points.
Hit him with a counter or something.
And like he'll actually dodge a lot of it.
Yeah.
And he's harder to hit. And like that'd be fun, man. That'd be really fun too. Like these are the kind of ideas that I think would still be hits.
Yeah.
Even if they squared off the path. I know like the incentive is to stick to what always makes money.
Yeah.
But I think that these would be hits, man.
Even if they gave us that kind of like that same old shit where you just go into the different gyms and stuff like that.
But have the different fighting.
How the fighting
I agree.
Place.
That's all I'm
that
saying. That's what I was saying before. Like even if they gave us the standard story formula.
Yeah.
As long as like it's new and fresh, the fighting is fun and new and fresh, then I'd be into it.
And a different switch up is don't set me on this like this path, right? Like there's only one outcome to this. If you don't win the trainer,
and more open world,
you
too,
can't
right?
do nothing. You know what I mean? Like let me like okay, I can't beat this trainer or whatever. The trainer is closed. He can't help you or something like that. Or you're no longer allowed. You got to go and beat this guy now to beat this person, to be able to challenge this person or whatever, or something like that,
Yeah.
Give me like different outcomes. Like I don't ever have to take this specific path. I could go to a different gym.
Yeah, like I don't have to do this route every
like
time.
that.
Like I can do different routes, go to different gyms,
right.
Test my luck here or there. And it might be cool if it like scaled with you. Right, so every gym is kind of like you can do whatever you want. You like go to whatever location. You know what? I have strong fire Pokemon right now, so I'm gonna go to the Leaf Gym. Right, and then maybe once you get a different set of Pokemon that work for this gym, like you're making real life decisions, right? Real life decisions. Instead of just following the path through. But I would really want to see them change the battling so badly, either to live action, like I'm saying, or even like what you're saying. I would love that too. Just something fun that's new. Yeah. Instead of just a standard like okay, scratch, and a little 3 lines come across the screen. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
give us a refresher.
This is so old.
Yeah, for sure. So on to the next news. Steam Deck, right? We've talked about the Steam Deck many times before. And this one is about the Steam Deck and when it's docked. Essentially, it won't have any kind of performance boost when it's docked. And we kind of knew, or at least assumed this pretty much, that, like what you got on the Steam Deck is what you're getting. Is giving you the best output, and attaching a USB type C cable, or we kind of we're thinking about, oh, what if they did have like some dock that would give you like a little bit more boosty.
We talked about that, yeah.
But it looks like the only boost that you could possibly get from what you're seeing is just the screen, and it's not like it's going to increase your frames per second or anything like that. It's just going to look better. If you put it on a 4K screen, it's going to try to auto correct the graphics to look better. You know what I mean? That's all it's gonna be. So I mean, I'm not really surprised about it. Nor am I really disheartened, because the Steam Deck by itself is a really dope machine.
Yeah, so I'll say this: like, if you have a decent TV that has a good upscaler in it, like what you're talking about,
right,
and it can upscale it really well to 4K or even 1080p, whatever one that you're using, you're not gonna really care, because your TV's doing the heavy lifting there. Like your TV, if it's got a good upscaler, like, a strong, modern Samsung or whatever, it's going to do a great job upscaling anyways. So a lot of these consoles, they'll have an upscaler in the console.
Right.
But you really don't even need it, because a lot of the TVs already have that too. And like the TV itself will take the information and then upscale it. And so I think you'll be fine, because the Switch is, not the Switch, but the Steam Deck is only going to be spitting out like 800p.
Right.
Like its max resolution,
right?
But your TV can probably upscale it, most likely. The one piece of news here is, like, this is one thing, I guess, that the Switch does that this doesn't do. It's like, wow, one thing finally
that the dock upscales.
Yeah, when you dock the Switch, it improves the performance a little bit. The resolution jumps up to 1080p, I believe. I don't know exactly, but it does. It improves the performance a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Which this has no improvement at all. When you plug the Switch in,
it's just plugging
the Steam. Yeah, when you dock the Steam, no improvement at all. You're still running at the exact same specs that the Steam Deck has.
Right.
Where the Switch, you get a little bit improvement. So I mean, that's like one slight win,
but the Switch. The Switch is playing, like, all of the games on the Switch wouldn't even peak anything on this Steam Deck.
No,
like it's taking it all with the breeze.
The Switch can't even play the games that the Steam Deck can.
No,
right? It's like it doesn't even matter if this is a Pro, because it's not even a comparable system, right? Like they're not even comparable. Like the Switch is so much better. I mean, the Steam Deck is so much better than the Switch.
Right.
That it's like, why are we even comparing them? I think the only reason why these articles do is because they're two handheld systems.
Right.
And it's like, well, the Switch, the Steam Deck does everything better than the Switch. So you would just think, well, maybe it does this better too. But this is actually one thing that you don't get with the Steam Deck, is improved performance for docking.
And I mean, even though this article says that the Switch by itself won't give you any boost, like, who's to say that they don't make something later on, down the line, that gives
a dock
some
that
type of
maybe
a
some
boost.
third party, because it's so,
or some type of an attachment or something like that. You know what I mean? That just boosts it. Like, there might be some attachment out there already that just kind of gives you like a little bit of extra juice, along with your PC or something like that. So, there could be very well something that's in the works or getting created that would do this.
Well, and because the Steam Deck is just basically literally a out of the box PC, all the mods people make, all the things people do,
all that
will work right on the Steam Deck. So it's like, which, like you're saying, at some point in time, dude, this is going to be so popular and it's going to be so standardized that there are going to be so many customizable things for this thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm excited to. We're going to see such cool mods. We're going to see such dope things for this thing. Like, it's exciting to think about.
Yeah,
but you get none of that with the Switch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. So the next topic is about Blizzard. So I know we had mentioned maybe last podcast or a podcast or two ago or whatever, that Blizzard's house was on fucking fire. That bitch is burning down. They trying to throw water on it, save it anyway. So it looks like they've started to do just as we said, and throw some water on this house and try to see if they can fix these problems internally. They started by firing 3 senior devs. So I believe they fired, what was it?
They fired the lead designers.
Okay.
For Diablo 4, which is the new one coming out.
Right.
And World of Warcraft. And what's crazy about this, man, is like, because we were talking last week, and it's like, sure enough, it's the most talented people in the company, because these people feel like they walk on water, the shit don't stink, and they can just abuse and harass anyone they want to because they're not going to get fired. They're too important, you know? And it's like, well, now, you know, it's coming to a reckoning and you're being let go. And I see it's like, well, this is what it takes, I guess, to get rid of people, because like we were saying before, Blizzard, I think all the companies all around the world, like their most talented people are the ones that take the most liberties.
Right.
Like everywhere you go, we all see it. And every place we work, like, why does that guy get special treatment?
Because up to he has the most sales, he's kind of earned it.
Yeah, he has like the most sales or whatever it may be. People take liberties when they're like the best in the company.
Right.
And that's what happened here. These guys are abusing, harassing people. But now, because Reckoning's coming, Blizzard has no choice but to get rid of their most talented people.
Right.
And
which is crazy that they let them fly this long, but
they let them fly this long. But these are the leads, dude. Like these are the people who are like the forefront.
You got Diablo 4's director, so you know that might end up procrastinating the game a little bit longer. You know, if the other director has like a change of vision or something like that. Then you have a level designer. So he probably worked on different things, you know, but like, it's probably the Diablo 4 mostly maybe. And then you also have a World of Warcraft designer. So
and it's like, funny because if you listen to the spokesperson's response to this, they said that we have a deep and talented roster of developers already in place for deep and talented. Like they're trying to make the point, right?
That was
like,
still good.
That we can replace this talent,
right?
But I think the problem is then you would have already. If you could have just replaced these with someone else,
the moment shit popped up,
right? You would have already. So it's like I don't really buy you. And so I think like we're gonna see like we might see a dip in quality in games potentially, but it's for the better. But I'm just saying like you can see like the conundrum that they're in. Even with this statement, they know the first thing people think about is like, well, shit, all the talent's gone. Yeah, what's gonna happen to the games, right? Like these games are gonna become bad now. Oh no, we got great talent to replace them, but it's like,
right? I
don't know, man. Like this isn't looking good.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it definitely needed to happen. It's I guess in a sense it's better late than never.
Better late than never, but yeah,
you know, it should have.
It shouldn't have to come to lawsuits, man. It shouldn't have to come to like
right
burning of your building. It shouldn't have to. But like I said before, the conundrum is real. These companies, they got talented people and they take liberties, and you're like, well, what do we do? You know?
Yeah.
So it's real, but you got to deal with this stuff, man, because this will like burn your whole company down.
For sure. So,
terrible.
You know, here's to them, you know, hopefully making a lot more changes so that they can get all of that stuff fixed, and hopefully prevent it from happening like that again. You know, put in one person higher up on the food chain or whatever, been letting shit slide for too long, you know?
Oh, yeah, and didn't the president of Blizzard resigned?
Did he?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. He resigned.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Just a lot of stuff happening, man.
That's good, though. It
is good.
Like, I wonder if it's gonna, if all of this stuff has altered their stock.
Oh, yeah.
At all. Like
I think it's gone down.
Price of stocks, yeah.
And the subscriptions are tanking right now. World of Warcraft, in particular, are tanking.
But that's because people were trying to, boycott it, right?
Right. People are like quitting Blizzard games now. I mean, it's just they're on fire, man.
World of Warcraft technically need to just die, and then they just need to give like something new, like
World of Warcraft 2, like change it already, man. Right.
Yeah, it just needs to be something totally different. Like they're eating off of people just playing their World of Warcraft Classic and stuff, and it's like, all right, we got it. Like it's a strong standing game, but like that shit should have been canceled like quite a few years ago when they said that they weren't going to make anymore, and then they ended up making something else for it or something like that. Like they should have just a whole new reiteration. They already got the formula. They already know how to do it. So it's just creating a whole new world with new characters and stuff like that. Like
update the graphics, man. Like use Unreal Engine. Like make this thing, freshen this thing up, get people excited about it again. Because having the same exact game and just launching a new expansion like every few years, that formula is broke.
mean, it was solid for a long time.
Yeah,
but once you start adding like 6, 7, like you should probably move on to probably try to move on to something else.
It's the conundrum. The overarching theme of this episode is like, right? If it's not broke, though, they just keep making money off it, so they just keep doing it.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, you have to see the trajectory. Like, this is going to fail. So we should start working on something new now, you know?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yep.
That's how they feel about it, man.
So on to something else that apparently ain't broke is GTA. So apparently it's news that they're going to start remastering. They're going to do like a whole trilogy thing. So, of course, they're including San Andreas. They're also going to do Vice City and GTA 3. And then you even heard them remastering Red Dead.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, remaster
like,
Red Dead as well.
Damn, like GTA 3 is like dumb old. Like, it's old, bro.
I know, dude.
San Andreas,
it's blocky.
Mad old. Vice City, old.
These are blocky games, man.
And
like, I'm just looking at screenshots. These are blocky old, dude. Vice City is old. Blocky old too.
Yeah,
these are all really old games, man.
So for them to do this this trilogy and whatnot, it's like, okay, I understand. Like, some of these games, like, these games were like good. They were good games. Like, I really loved San Andreas.
Same.
But it's like we've gone so far, you know what I mean? Going to like 5. So it's like, why do we even need to remaster these? You know what I mean? Like, why are you just sprucing these up with good graphics and then trying to resell it?
What I heard was, what I believe happened here was they were remastering these and they were going to bundle them in. Kind of going back to your idea. They were going to bundle them into the PS5 releases, PS5 and Series X releases of GTA 5. So you would buy GTA 5 again, but you get this trilogy bundled into it. Kind of like an incentive to buy the the updated. You get
the last 4 games they've been working on.
Right, you get these trilogies, and you get the the 4K 60 FPS, GTA 5. But they were learning that there was an interest for these trilogies, and so we'll just separate it, sell it then. It's like, damn, that sucks. I'm not going to buy these. Like, how do I go back and play these, man? Once you play GTA 5 or even Red Dead 2, how do I go back and play these old games? Like,
yeah,
I couldn't do it.
They're not even adding like an online or anything like that to it. Like,
I remember like San Andreas is the first GTA game that really got me excited about GTA games.
Yeah.
That one was like so sick. And like,
because GTA 3 was cool. Vice City, I didn't really play Vice City.
I played a little bit of it, but
I know San Andreas was like,
was
dope. Yeah,
this was like, wow, this was really, that one really put me on with the GTAs. That was just a really good one. But looking at it now, it's like, oh, dude, I couldn't do it. Like, it's so old.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a good game, but I'd rather just play like GTA 5 because they're like the same thing. Like, all these GTA games are like so similar.
Right.
They're like the exact same thing. They don't really feel that different from each other. So it's like, why go back when the newest one is just like the old one? I'd rather
just improve
a GTA 6. Like, please, I'd rather all the resources you've dumped into managing this and Red Dead remaking. I don't know if they're remaking or if they're just remastering it. Yeah. Once I played Red Dead 2, it's just a better version of Red Dead.
Or something that would be cool is if you just made another DLC or something like that for 5 or whatever,
or even that.
You just add Franklin and with like
like a playable character or something.
Yeah, as a playable character in the GTA 5 world.
Yeah, something like that would be better.
He flew in from San Andreas and now he's over there, and he's doing whatever he's doing, and he got like a quest line of missions or whatever to do.
Right.
And you run across the other people. That's
just add a new quest line, kind of like what Fallout did with the Wastelanders update or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's say Red Dead Redemption 2 had never come out, then maybe I see a little bit more interest in wanting a remastered Red Dead because there's nothing like it, right? It's the only thing that you want an open world Rockstar cowboy game, then Red Dead's all there is. And so, okay, cool. I'll take a remastered version of that. But now that I have Red Dead 2, like, you have online on that. You have Red Dead Online. If I want to be a cowboy, like, that's the one to play. Like, it's so much more polished. Mm-hmm. Like, so much more. Yeah. Like, Red Dead was dope. I remember really loving Red Dead. You and I were on that, man. And that was our jam for a while.
They focused on putting, Red Dead and Red Dead 2, like, meeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you have the map, too. You have, like, the map. If there was a way, see, that's where kind of like what you were saying with adding Franklin or whatever. Like, what if they just added the
I think
storyline?
Franklin is the character from
for
5.
Yeah, who was the guy from San Andreas? I can't remember his name.
I think it was like Carl or something.
Add him in,
I don't know
and just add his like quest line in.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. What if that'd be cool? Like, let's say they took Red Dead 2, because you already have the map. I think you have like Mexico already like on Red Dead 2.
Right.
You go down there,
yeah,
and just put his storyline in. You could like almost throw the quest line into there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
because now I have the Red Dead world and all the features and the beauty of it.
But you just play it as another character.
But I just got another character, and you got that new storyline that I really enjoyed from Red Dead, and I get to replay those storylines in the new Red Dead 2 world. Yeah, now that's cool.
I don't mind. But just
remastering that old game.
Yeah, I don't mind you taking old characters from the previous games and bringing them into this new world and then letting them do stuff in there, and you have that option to play as that person. I don't mind that, some DLC or something like that. But when you just remastering like a whole game,
dude, especially when you have the map.
Yeah.
Like, they have the Red Dead map, I think, essentially in Red Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perfect avenue for that.
Right.
But I mean, well, I guess they just want to what? I mean, the almighty dollar, right?
They just want to drop that. Want folks to drop that 60 again for the whole collection, because you can say I got them all 3 on one thing or whatever, one shebang.
There's no way they're making this thing look like GTA 5. Like, there's no way they're gonna transform these old block games.
I don't know.
Looking like GTA 5. If they did that, maybe there'd be some interest in that.
Maybe.
I mean, I guess they have the engine.
I'd much rather.
We'll have to wait and see what they do, but. To be honest, we've had this conversation too. We want something new. Like, give me a new game.
Yeah.
I would take Bully over this. Like, I'm saying, I wouldn't mind Bully. I know we got into that debate before.
Yeah.
But I said even in that debate, I wouldn't mind a new Bully. I would just prefer GTA 6.
Right.
But give me something new then. I would rather something new released rather than rehashing these old remasters.
Yeah, I mean, Bully was refreshing because it was like a whole different way to look at that franchise, that series, So, but it sucked that they didn't bring it back again for like a 2, like a while back, when it was hot.
Just something new would be 6. A Bully 2 I would take.
But yeah,
a
cool
GTA 6
change or something.
Yeah, just something new though. We played through San Andreas, we played through these games, and they don't live up anymore to what Rockstar's now released.
Yeah.
So,
well,
we'll see, man.
Some new news that we can sit off of is basically a PlayStation event for August the 19th has been rumored, but I don't know about that. So the way I feel about these rumored PlayStation events, I feel like the fact that there's a PlayStation event rumored, those be on point, right? Like, they be coming when the people say they're coming. But what's showcased in it is definitely one of those things that still be up in the air. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This one is once again rumored to possibly have some Horizon or some God of War news in there or whatever. Some trailer or some gameplay or something like that. But they also believe that it could be focused on Kena, which Kena comes out in September.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see it probably being more of a Kena thing. Although I would think that they would have the state of play in September for Kena, because I feel like they kind of put them like right there. But I mean, I guess Deathloop is supposed to come out in September as well, right? And the state of play, when was that last state of play that had the Deathloop information?
July.
That was in July?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
So they kind of dropping them
like July 20th.
Really early.
Like a month apart.
Early or whatever. Yeah, so.
I think this is showing what we talked about before. This is really weird. Like, you did a Deathloop state of play, and now you're going to do a Kena state of play. But now Kena is kind of like stealing the thunder of Deathloop, because they both come out in the same month. So it's like kind of like having the last word. When like you're debating, like whoever gets the last word feels like they kind of walk away feeling like the victor or whatever.
Oh, so you thinking that it'll have more buzz on it for sales because it's the last thing that was showcased before it dropped.
They're kind of like stepping again on each other's toes, I feel like. I think Sony's having a hard time juggling these, because I would agree with you. I think that this would probably, if I were to guess what this would be, is an extended look at Kena.
Right.
That's what I would think it would be.
Yeah.
But that makes it feel like that's the newest thing coming out. But it's really not.
But
Deathloop
we
is.
haven't forgot about Deathloop.
Right,
Yeah,
we haven't. But it's just a weird like juggling act when you have both these games coming out at the exact same time.
But at the same time, I do hear what you're saying about being last and
Right.
being fresh on people's minds for them to want to get it. But I don't think that Kenna can outshine Deathloop just because of how big Bethesda is.
I don't
and
think
the fact that it's
I
another
agree.
game that's big like that coming out.
I think what I mean is like Sony trying to find a way to convince you to buy 2 games. Like
Yeah,
it's so
I think
difficult.
I think it's
so difficult
definitely
to juggle
trying
that. How do you hype people up to get excited to buy 2 games immediately after each other? Like that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
I think.
I think it's definitely trying to get people to get more interested or prepare to get more interested into Kenna, because it's like, hey, you already know Deathloop is coming, but just in case you didn't know, Kenna is coming.
But
so check this
I agree.
out. Like,
But
I want to
imagine, like-
I want to try to give Kenna a little extra steam because they're going against the big boys. So we know that their numbers aren't going to compare in sales. So we want to try to get them up as best as we can by giving them a better chance. So we won't show Deathloop this month. We're going to show it. We're
I
going to
agree.
show it 2
Think of-
months before.
But like,
you know what I
think
mean?
about it this way: like, you have that dude out there who like he just saw the Deathloop state of play and he's like hyped for it,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh, cool, a new Sony state of play, so I'm gonna watch that," and he gets like really pumped for Kenna, and he's like, "Oh, well, damn, I don't know which one to buy now," because a lot of people are probably only gonna buy one of these. And so now you have like this dope. If the Kenna footage is really good, like let's say it's like really good and it gets people hyped, like you're saying, then you're gonna be like having this conflicting feeling of like, well, shoot, damn, now which one do I buy? I don't know which one to buy now, right? And I just think like that's the problem with both of these games coming out like 1 week apart from each other.
You might run across that problem, but I do feel like because there has been such a heavy drought of games coming out, that people will be more inclined
To buy both?
to buy both. Just because you see Kenna, you see how good it is. It's only like $40 or something like that, and then you can still buy Deathloop. You were already planning on buying that, so it's like not much more out your pocket. You're not paying another $70 for a game. You're just paying like $40 for the game.
The only hope Kenna
Is it
has
40
is
or
that
is
it's
it
cheaper.
50? Is
What
that
is
shit 50?
Kenna?
Yeah.
Kenna's 40.
40?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Deathloop 60. Kenna's 40. The only saving grace.
Deathloop is 60. It's
Yeah.
not 70.
60.
Okay.
I told you, everyone's not doing $70. Only
Yeah, but
Sony and
I thought
Activision.
Sony was forcing all of the new games to have that $70.
Well,
price
no,
tag.
because they're not, because it's developed. This is not Sony first party. So Sony first party games are 70, but like third party studios can put their game at whatever price they want. Sony is just buying exclusivity rights for a year, right?
Okay.
So Microsoft isn't
Yeah,
on
only a
board.
year.
Microsoft isn't on board with $70. That's what's weird. Microsoft and Sony are on 2 different pages with that.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft is still on the $60, believe in the $60
They want people
price.
to be able to play the games. So whatever.
Right. Microsoft is much more for the player right now, right? Than Sony is.
They seem to be.
Yeah. But so you're asking your audience to spend $100.
They're for the subscription. That's
Well,
what
they're for the player in the sense that like they give out things to both consoles, like usually more readily than like Sony would, right? Like updates or whatever they'll do for like both, or they might whatever like benefits they're giving like their Xbox users,
Yeah.
they would give it cross-platform, right? Like they might do cross-platform on all. They'll do like anything they control. They'll do cross-platform for everything. Where
Right.
Sony's a little more stingy. Like Sony's just a little bit more stingy, I think, than Microsoft right now. Only because they're at the front. Like Microsoft is behind, so they have to do some bonus things to get people excited about their platform.
I hear you.
But you know what I'm saying. So I'm just saying like Kenna does have a benefit being 40. You're right. Like that does help the sting of buying 2 games in 1 month.
Right.
But it's still, I think, a lot to ask of a lot of consumers to spend $100
Yeah.
on video games in a month.
Yeah. I mean, I
Right.
definitely think that some people, will do the choosing or whatever. But I think a lot of people are just going to be buying both. I think we'll see like
Yeah,
a lot of Twitter news of,
I would only
of a lot of Twitter traffic of, both
I would-
games being shown in the picture.
if I wasn't
Well, actually, you can't show both because one's digital and then one's physical. So
if I was like not doing shows and stuff and trying to get these games to talk about them,
yeah,
I would probably wait on Kenna and I would get Deathloop first.
would you?
And I'd probably wait a month or something to get Kenna. I wouldn't buy them at like the exact same time.
I would.
For one, I'm only going to be playing one of them for the time being.
right.
And so it's like I got to choose which one I want to play right now.
I would be a little opposite than you. I would have purchased Kenna
But you would just purchase one of them and
Yeah.
wait on the other one. That's what I'm saying.
I would purchase
Yeah.
Kenna because I
That's
know
fine.
that Deathloop is coming to Xbox Game Pass in a year.
In a year?
I can get it. I can
Well, I'm
play
just
it for
saying you
free
would
on
wait. I'm just saying I think many people would choose one and then wait on the other. Maybe eventually they buy both, but I don't know if they're buying both at the same time. I think people will buy like one and they'll have to choose one.
Right.
And like that's the problem with this game, with this lineup.
Mhm.
Like had Kenna come out this month, like a week ago, whenever it was supposed to come out, then
Yeah.
I would have bought Kenna,
Right.
and I'd be playing that right now until Deathloop came out, and then I'd buy Deathloop. And now you get me to buy both games within a relatively short period of time.
Right.
You're gonna just like wait,
Separate months, but you know,
right?
a couple
Yeah,
weeks apart.
exactly.
It would've
Like
been better.
it's just hard. I'm just saying you can see the logistics here of them like, do we do a Kenna extended look? And now people are like hyped for both. Which ones do we buy? But it's just like there's just some logistic things here that I think Sony's running into. And then of course the whole new rumored here, a new surprise announcement.
Yeah, that's why they keep talking about like Horizon and
Right, and God of War.
God of War and stuff like that. But those wouldn't be new. They would be surprising, but not new.
The only thing I can think of is like Abandon here. Like this ends up being like Silent Hill or GTA or Metal Gear or something like that, and everything finally gets revealed on that day. That's the only surprise I can think of.
Speaking of Abandon, so these douchebags decided to release their freaking trailer
terrible.
or whatever, right? I
This
think
is
it was
bad.
like 3 or 4 days ago. They were supposed to have a day where the trailer was supposed to come out, or you're gonna be able to play this trailer or whatever. And then people were waiting and waiting and waiting, and boom, nothing happened. It didn't pop up anywhere. They didn't do anything. Then it was like, okay, a couple of hours later, it was like, oh, okay, it's up there now. Everybody can check it out. No, you can't check it out because there's some kind of bullshit ass technical difficulty or something like that they've got. So they make you wait. So I think the wait was like what, 3 days or something like that. And then it finally is out for everybody to check out. And guess what everybody was fucking waiting for? A whole 5-second clip of some man walking through a room.
And that they had already released weeks ago on Twitter.
What the fuck? Why are we still paying attention to these dumbasses? Like, this shit has got me hot. I'm so tired of these fools with this dumbass game and like all of this stuff, and them apologizing because they put out tweets that would make you assume that it was a Silent Hill. This is not a Silent Hill, blah blah blah. Like, fuck all of that noise. Like, I don't want to hear nothing else from these people. I want Blue Box to just fall off the damn earth. I don't even want to see that fucking company no more. That's how irritating this is, because they keep playing these games. They wasting everybody's time to look at this stuff for a 5-second clip that's available. And there was a whole bunch of other little blocks to click on. But the one thing that you could click on, it was like just that little bit, that little 5 seconds. Like, what is this, man? What are they trying to do?
This was bad. Like, so this whole saga that we've been covering this whole time, it's been kind of fun for the most part because little pieces of new information comes out every time, right? Like we have like the logo,
Conspiracy,
but it's new though. Like, and even like Blue Box will, like when they release like the that one screenshot, the real-time experience, and you had the background and then the image, you can see the guy with the eye patch and it was hazed out. At least it was all new, something new and fun for people to kind of like, oh, let's go research, right? Or like you had the hazy words, people are trying to figure it out. It like that's fun. Like if you're trying to have fun with your audience, like let's say this is Kojima and you're trying to have fun with your audience, it's fun like throwing little hints out, little crumbs to like chase. This, what they did recently, was just unethical, like in my opinion, because they literally announced the trailer, are you ready? Get everyone hyped, because we've been following these breadcrumbs and having a fun time with it. And you're sitting there waiting, everyone's waiting on their computer screen for hours, and all of a sudden you get this tweet, sorry, there's a glitch, which is some bullcrap, because what I understand is you put in a notice like that you're going to have like a patch or something to fix. So it's like they already knew, in my opinion, they already knew this ahead of time. They knew they were going to do this, in my opinion. Like I said that in the text message.
Yeah, they planned
like,
this.
This is obviously planned. And so you're like, okay, whatever. And everyone's thinking the next piece of clue is like, oh, they'll wait until the 13th because that's when PT dropped, was on August 13th.
Right.
Sure enough, August 13th rolls around. Oh, miraculously, the glitch is fixed. So we're going to get our clip now.
Right.
And what did they launch? A freaking, I'm about to like go off too, clip they've already shown us on their own Twitter feed. They tweeted this clip out already. This exact clip. They had people waiting, dude. Hours. I remember there was one guy I was following, like some PlayStation homie.
Yeah.
And he was waiting there, and they're talking about all the conspiracies, having a fun time. And then when they launched it, he was just like, what? Like, so mad, dude. Because it wasn't anything but what they had already seen.
Yeah.
So mad. I'm like, dude, this is just like, this moves beyond, like, fun now. That's not fun. You had me sitting around waiting to show me. It's like the biggest troll asshole thing to do that I've ever seen like a development company do in my life.
You know what? I wouldn't have even been mad at this if it was like, if this was actually tweeted from like Kojima's account, or whatever, that he was working on the game and he was giving us all these little hints and bits and pieces for us to try to decipher and stuff like that, like to figure out what it is. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Because that would seem like it's a legit game that he's playing from him. But this whole shit with like this other company and all of that stuff, like this is just, it's just too much.
It's terrible.
If it's from the company and it had nothing to do with Kojima, I'm like, fuck them. Like, I don't want no parts of this game. Like,
I agree.
I don't give a shit what the game is.
If this doesn't have anything to do
like,
with Kojima,
I'll find out what the game is, but I don't want. I'm not downloading their shit to give them the extra downloads to feed into their bullshit. I'm gonna watch somebody else clip showing what it is or whatever. Like, I was just on Twitter and saw somebody else had posted, oh, you want to see what the blue box trailer thing is or whatever, here it go. And then 5 seconds, you know, boom. But like, I'm not downloading that shit. I don't want no parts of it. I'm not fucking following Blue Box.
dude, that app.
Like, I'm not giving them nothing. Like, they will not get a damn dollar of my money.
Dude, if this has something to do with Kojima, this is the biggest mess I've ever seen in marketing in my life. And that app, bro, that you're talking about, everyone's downloading, that's 5 gigs, dude.
5 gigs of horse shit. Like, I mean,
5 gigs for that app.
I mean, somebody's gotta data mine that, right? Like, somebody has to data mine.
That's so much data there, dude. What's this app for? You give us an 8-second clip? It's so wrong. And what I don't get is how Sony's allowing this if it's not something to do with Kojima. If this is just some shit company lying to us, literally lying to us, I would think that Kojima would want to sue him. You're running my name through the mud. You're using my name. Everyone thinks this is me. And you're lying to the people. You're saying you're going to get something new on this date, and you didn't give us anything new on this date. This is like, what is going on? Which is why, like, that's the only thing that keeps me, like, from completely flipping, is because Sony has to know what's going on. This is a PS exclusive. So, like, Sony has to know what is going on here. And Sony doesn't seem to be addressing any of this. So
no, they don't care. Neither is Kojima.
And neither is Kojima. They're kind of feeding into it. Kojima tweeted something out, I think today or yesterday, that hinted something with Abandon. And it's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on, but that was the most rude thing I've ever seen a company do, is they launch their app and give you the same clip they just gave you 2 weeks ago. That was the most rude thing I've seen, man.
It's just crazy.
You see the memes, man? They have like, because the Abandon app has the, it says Abandon real-time experience.
Yeah.
And then you have like the fuzzed out background. People are taking that and they're putting like Abandon real-time waiting experience, and they have like Hassan's face in the background. It's like, this is like hilarious, man. You know how we talk about like walking simulators, or like, what was it, FedEx, the game, package delivery simulators?
Yep.
This is a waiting simulator, man. This is Abandon, the real-time waiting simulator.
Hey,
you just sit around and wait and get nothing.
Yeah, you've been abandoned
just wait.
in this app because ain't nobody got shit for you.
You've been abandoned in this app. This is like we've mastered how to make people wait.
Yeah, for sure.
It's terrible, man. It's so
it's crazy.
Dumb.
Like I said,
I'm a
forever. I'm just not fucking with I don't give a fuck if Kojima made it or not. I'm not buying this or whatever. If Kojima comes out with another game that's like released or mentioned or whatever in the next few months and it has anything to do with this abandoned shit, I'm not buying it. I'm just not, because I'm not up with the antics. I'm not gonna contribute to that at all. Y'all by all means could buy the shit. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing any type. I'm not gonna contribute. Ain't no game worth this.
This is ridiculous,
like all
man.
of this, nah, bro.
This is so bad, so bad.
And y'all can call me bitter all you want, but I'm not even caring or watching. I'm literally talking about it because y'all like to talk about it. I don't want no parts of this fucking game whatsoever. I don't want no parts of Blue Box. I'm abandoning this shit.
Would you feel different? Like, let's say they actually gave us a real trailer. Not something they literally themselves tweeted weeks ago. What if it was something real to really kind of keep the feed going? Then you might be not as angry. I wouldn't be as angry.
Well, for one, I would think it was horseshit that they tried to use a different game IP to try to promote their own.
Yeah, it's unethical.
If they had gave us an actual trailer and it had the title in it,
if they had no connection,
and it had nothing to do with Kojima,
I
would think that they're dog shit for doing that.
I wouldn't buy it either.
But
let's say it was kind of like still Kojima related, and it was a new trailer, and it was somewhat Kojima related. I think the majority of people, because I think a lot of people feel like you, I do. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this either. But let's say they gave us something. They gave us an actual real teaser trailer that was new. No one had seen it before. And there was still the Silent Hill aspects to it, making us feel like, yeah, the Silent Hill. Get us more excited. I wouldn't feel as pissed off.
Because at least you'd have a little bit more of an idea of what this is, but you still don't know.
Right. And I don't feel like I'm being lied to.
Continuing with the allure.
Like I'm being lied to.
Yeah. So
it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, right? Like, I'm not going to go any longer. Like, I'm not going to fall for it any longer, right?
I'm not about to do this too much longer.
It's crazy, man. But
I hope that they whole shit burn. Like, I hope that they fail. If this is their very first game, I hope they fucking do not succeed. I do not want them to succeed whatsoever.
This is ridiculous,
especially if they're using a different IP's publicity to do this stunt.
That's what I don't like about it.
If it's Kojima, he need to eat a fat one. Like, dude, this shit is ridiculous.
If this has nothing to do with Kojima, though, there's got to be something here that is, like, wrong. Come on, man. Like, how can you use someone else's... Dude, that would be like... Right? That'd be like me showing everything Master Chief, but no name for my game, but everything is Master Chief. You know, on, like, let's say the Switch. Mm-hmm. So everyone's like, oh, snap! Halo's coming out for Switch. And I'm like, everything, though. Like, the voice. Like, I send out a little fun voice, and it sounds just like Master Chief. And the picture in the background is Master Chief. The guns, the shooting, the aliens. Every little tidbit I give. And then it comes out, and it's literally has nothing to do with Master Chief at all. It's not Halo at all. It's some completely indie BS game. Like, wouldn't 343 Studios or whoever, wouldn't they be like, dude, you just used our game to promote your game and didn't get permission to do that?
Yeah.
It's got to be something there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, hey, y'all could stew on this shit. I'm really not letting this soak into my mind much longer. It holds no rent here. So, moving on. For the last topic of the day, Call of Duty 2021. It looks like some images were leaked.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we literally just got freaking Cold War.
Last year.
Cold War. Yeah, but it was like towards like the very end of the year, right?
They release one every single year, though.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like, okay, Call of Duty, they got some leaked images. Of course, they're doing a lot of pulling, but they do have some of them. So they're like mostly like drawings and different type of shit like that. A couple of like random images that I feel like I've seen before, or like they look like images I've seen on like Battlefield boxes. and
Yeah,
shit
they
like
look
that.
like Call of Duty World at War, or World War II, or whatever images. So this clearly, from these images, bro, these are clearly going back to World War II. Like, it's obvious. And when they did that little teaser for Warzone,
Yeah.
they had the guys escaping. They just won the game, and then like one of them gets sniped out of nowhere, and then they zoom over to this like redhead chick with like a Mosin Nagant or whatever, like an old World War II weapon.
Right.
You're sniping them. She's like reloading. It's like, okay, clearly that's for Vanguard, and it's World War II. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, does World War II, them going back to like World War II, their like original roots, Call of Duty kind of thing, does that excite you at all? Does World War II era get you a little more excited, or would you rather be more futuristic? Like, I know you ain't the biggest Call of Duty guy, but I'm just saying, like, where's the direction here for the fans? Are the fans excited about going back to World War II, or would they rather wish it was going more futuristic still?
I think futuristic kind of gives it like a different allure. You know what I mean? Because you just have like, you can go anywhere with futuristic stuff. You know, you can create all kinds of shit. So it's up to your imagination where you want to go with the futuristic stuff. It doesn't have to be something that we truly have right here and now. You know what I mean? So I think the futuristic aspect would allow you to open up for like crazier stories or anything like that, you know, or just like more epic stuff going on, you know, teleportation,
even original
and different
stories,
shit like that. Yeah, just original stories. Not even trying to follow, you know, like real life things that happened in the past and stuff like that, you know. So I would prefer futuristic. I do know that there's a niche for like the old stuff, you know, like the World War II stuff and everything like that, you know. So I mean, you know, I wouldn't put it past it. I felt like Cold War's Zombie kind of felt like if you were playing like old like World War II type stuff.
It's supposed to be,
with
it's Nazis. It's Nazi zombies, right? Yeah.
So I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I would like where a story would go if you were to give me more futuristic. You see a lot of cool stuff. Like I thought that the gun that Bloodsport used in Suicide Squad was dope as shit.
Dude, that was so sick.
That shit was sick.
And his arrows too.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Like
whole
his
character
whole
was
arsenal.
sick, man.
Yeah,
That
his
was
whole
dope.
arsenal, but
He
just
just
that
kept
one
adding
gun.
attachments, you know, and like constantly changing. It was
He just had
sick.
all them pieces, and it was just modifying it. It's
sick,
like this
dude.
big ass gun just
It's the
off these little
dopest
hip
thing.
pieces. But like that type of stuff is the shit you would see in like a
You
futuristic.
can't do that
type
in
of
World
war
War
game.
II,
Right.
Yeah.
You can't do that. So that would be the cool stuff that I would like
I agree.
to see. You know, so
I agree, man.
For
Like,
me, futuristic stuff would be way more preferred. You know.
I agree. Like, I'm a fan of history. Like, I even taught history in middle schools. You know that,
Right.
So I enjoy history. I enjoy World War II. It's a fun era to study. But I mean, we've all stormed the beachhead, man. Like, we've all done it. We've all played that game, right? We've all been there. We've all fought Nazis. We've all shot Nazis. We've shot Nazi zombies. Like, we've all done it kind of before. And I agree with you. Like, World War II boxes you in. Like, if you go back to an era that we've already had in our history,
Yeah.
then you box yourself into those guns. You box yourself into those things. And I've always really enjoyed, like, the newer Call of Duties because the guns just feel beefier, they feel meatier, they hit different than like those old guns.
Right.
And like that's always what I've enjoyed a lot too. And then yeah, dude, you can explore way more new interesting ideas. You know, you can add tons of cool futuristic things like, you know, it's totally fun, you know, having an RC, you know, bomb. You can't do that back then, right? Like it was just cool having cool things like that.
Right,
you can't
right,
do
right.
that. And so, I don't know. I agree, man. Like, I wish futuristic was more the direction they went with these games. Because I played Call of Duty World War II, I believe it was called. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. But yeah, it felt boxed in. You know the kind of guns you're going to get. You know the kind of tanks you're going to see.
Yeah.
You know the kind of planes you're going to see. You already know it all already, you know? And, like, it's a cool era. But, so I'm a little disappointed, man. I don't really know what they can do different here than what they kind of already did with World War II, Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they can do different. So I guess we'll see. But definitely not as excited for this one. Once I found out what it was, I'm not as excited for it.
And I mean that may change.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll have to
depending-
see what
like,
they do.
It could be
Yeah.
a reason why it looks that old. You know, maybe you're
Right.
traveling back.
Maybe
in
there's time travel or
like that.
something. Yeah.
and you're doing stuff like that might,
Right.
know, make things different or something like that, that might be an interesting story, some World War II, soldier who gets like, comes across some teleportation device or something like that and accidentally gets teleported to the future where he's fighting in some, war with like futuristic shit. And he's got this old gun, but you get to like, grab the new guns and adjust to the way things are and stuff like that. Or
you
whatever.
start off with old guns and you can find new guns. That's cool.
Right. Yeah. But, who knows exactly where it'll go.
Yeah.
So, we'll leave it to see. But, as you said before, I'm not like a big Call of Duty guy. So I don't really, I'm not going to be really like super invested in this or whatever. I was just, when I was thinking of like the World War II stuff, I was looking up Medal of Honor VR, Above and Beyond, to see if that was like doing anything. But it's right now, it's only on PC. So you can't even play it on like PSVR or anything like that. So you can play it on like Oculus and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one game that I've been waiting to see if it would ever hit, PlayStation's VR. So and that one's got that World War II feel, but it was different, because you're playing in VR, so it's different.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it. You don't care about the era. You're playing like a fully fleshed out AAA. It's not fully AAA in its graphics, but as good as you can get AAA.
Yeah.
For VR.
That's solid
on the VR,
story,
right? That has a solid story, right? Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to see, how it goes. Basically, with that one, I might see if my father-in-law might be looking to get it or something like that because he's got an Oculus Quest.
Yeah.
So
try it out, see what that's like. It's got to be pretty immersive, man. It's got to be cool.
Yeah, it's got to be cool. But yeah, so anyways, that was it for the topics we had this week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to the watchers, the listeners. If you haven't subscribed yet, you've made it this far. I don't know, put something down in the comments, like a howdy do or some shit like that. Something weird as fuck.
Howdy do, man. Howdy do.
People would normally put in there or whatever. But yeah, so we appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you next week. Deuces.
Peace.
See you.
I love you, me.